Alright, so I'm out here just giving these guys a little bit of hay today. This is their second roll of the day. And I gotta tell you, we're here in September right now, and I'm just looking through this herd. And, to have this many cows on the acreage that we have, most people would say you guys are crazy. But I gotta tell you, looking at the condition of these cows, I mean, they look amazing. Here's a little crop here, some little guys. But, really good looking crew here. And like I've said in the past, because of where we're located in upstate New York, obviously it's dairy country. There's some of these cows that do have some dairy in them, some of them not very much. But because of it, they stand a little bit taller. And those are the ones that we're, again, working to segue out of the herd. But again, to look this good at this point in the year, amazing. We didn't run out of grass. Just over the last couple of weeks, we've been supplementing with about a bale a day for, again, over 100 head, about 130 head. But again, this group looks really good. And, a lot of them are bred, the females. And, we got a lot of good steers that are going to be heading in. But, man, just again, we don't, a lot of us, right? We don't give ourselves enough credit for a job well done. And, this is a lot of work, all of this. So when you sit back and you look at what you have and what you've done, this is one of those moments I said, let me whip out the camera. Let me go public with this a little bit. But I'm very happy with, the way this group looks. I'm a little bit exhausted from unrolling that bale by hand. But again, a good looking group of cows. Some Herefords, some Black Angus, some Red Angus. We got a couple linebacks, we have 2 or 3 belteds, but for the most part it's a Hereford and Angus group. And again, being here in upstate New York, some of the cows that we originally started with had a little bit of dairy in them, and that's what we're looking to get out of the herd and breed out of the herd. So again, everybody's looking good. The calves are growing. And as everybody knows, the cattle market is on fire. We haven't really gotten anything off the farm yet. Again, we're just, now that we're at this point of the year, we're saying, okay, so-and-so looks good. So-and-so is not really a great fit right now, not putting on the weight we want, didn't take advantage of this season the way we thought he or she would. And those are the ones that we will try to first sell privately. And if that doesn't work, we would go with a group to the auction and either go into the winter a little bit lighter for our calving season, or bring in some stock, some Black Angus purebred stock. So anyway, that's where we're at. Just a little update for today. Again, everybody's looking good except for this one dairy cow. I feel so horrible. I don't even want to show on camera, but just didn't put on any weight. That was actually one of the cows we even dewormed. Appetite is strong, energy is good, but just no weight. The Holstein body's showing through, and we hate it. So that's definitely a steer that's going to be heading off our farm very shortly. But again, the rest of the group looks really, really good. You can see, and again, we're breeding for that shorter legged cow. We want that short leg cow, sort of a barrel on toothpicks. That's what we're going for, and I think we're doing a pretty good job so far of getting that. Look at that right there, not too tall, but again, gonna fill in and get barrely for us. So that's today's update. I hope you guys like it, and thanks for hanging with us. And again, we're unrolling the hay bales all over the field so that we can start to build this sort of canopy layer over the soil to protect the soil against situations like this where they eat it down a little bit too much, and it creates soil and land exposure. So what we're trying to do is, whenever we see these types of areas, is unroll the bales on these areas. Obviously I didn't get to this today, and go from there. And the next investment we're going to be making here is going to be on a batwing brush hog to take some of this other junk down and just really clean the pastures. So again, we can continue to build that that canopy layer. That, you know, when you get into the grass, you start to see some stuff like this dying in there. That's what we want all throughout the soil, all throughout the farm, but we don't have that everywhere. Again, we took this farm over and it wasn't a regenerative farm. They didn't move the animals from station to station to station daily. It was just let them graze for the season, and that's hurt this land quite a bit, but it's just the way everybody did it. So, to no fault of anybody. So, but we're looking to restore the land and regenerate it with carbon like that, and just steadily building and rebuilding this canopy to protect the soil in spots like that. So we're getting there one day at a time. Again, you can kind of see the cows, they're just eating the areas that they want, and they're leaving all of this behind. I know a lot of people would say, you're gonna brush hog? What are you, crazy? That's a lot of fuel. And it's totally true, and we don't want to do it, but I think it would provide some value in certain areas here, because there's stuff that they're just not eating. And if we could whack that out, and again, let it build canopy, whack it out, let it build canopy, let them out, I think we'd get much better growth and we'd get some greater soil and land protection. So that's what we're going for, so we can continue to fatten these bodies up. But anyway, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna jump here in the tractor, and I'll be back with a little something real soon. Right, guys? Yeah, put some fresh hay down. So the girls are excited. Even her, she's very excited. And there's Biscotti, he's excited. And there's Emma, she's excited. A lot of excitement. Sweet Pea has just accelerated into a higher gear for some fresh hay. Give her a slap on the rear. She's due next month. She'll be having another baby, hopefully a female. Biscotti thinks I'm his mother. And Emma is bred. Come on, guys. Hey, April. Hi. Oliver, come on. So we're trying to take these goats out today because look at this day. There's Nightingale. Unbelievable day. This is where we're doing sort of layering hay. Every time these dairy cows come out to get fresh hay, sort of building a ground layer of hay to, again, protect some of this exposed soil and get everything going here. There's the pigs watering. There's Spring. These goats are goats. They can be a little stubborn sometimes. Come on, let's go! And there's Biscotti. He's gonna start banging into me. And there's Lauren waiting for her goats, who are being very stubborn right now because they know that there's a little bit of grain for them inside. But let's see if they come. They are fast. They torpedo. And they love to play outside. Come on, come on. Here they are. So this is our day today. Oof. So we have a story to tell here today. We have an interesting night tonight. We have to go to the local courthouse tonight to deal with a situation with a local vet. So we like to keep everybody informed on our journey. So it's interesting, you know, you got to watch some of these vets. Again, some, not all. Some are good, but we got one that we had here who is horrible. You could tell he's just all about the money and all about the cash, and that's all he cares about. His animal welfare is certainly not at the top of his game, and neither is service. Service is certainly not at the top of his I guess his goal sheet. And basically, we had a cow last year that ended up having a broken leg, and he sent a young vet here who was not equipped to work with beef cattle. She admitted it. I don't usually work with cattle, so I'm assuming she's not really good at working with dairy cattle either. And she starts looking up on Google whether it's safe to deworm a cow if in fact it's not going to make it, and you have to and if you're going to process that cow in the next coming days. So that was the first indication of not being prepared and not really being a good fit. But also, then she admits to us that she doesn't really work on cows. She works on horses. So turns out we give a call and we say, listen, to the office, we'll pay you for your visit. We don't mind. You know, listen, you came here, you gave it a shot. That's great. But then, but we're not going to pay you the full bill because, again, we had to end up putting that cow down because of, again, a misdiagnosis. She was treating it for fluid loss, treating it for a gut issue, when that certainly was not the case with this cow. So anyway, tonight we have to go fight that and go in and say, hey, listen, we're willing to pay for the visit, but we're not willing to pay for poor care and poor treatment. And, you know, sometimes you got to fight for things. Is it $300? Yes. Is $300 make or break money? No. But like we're going to tell that judge, this is not about the money, right? It's about doing the right thing for the animals. And it's also about service and principle. You know, if you're going to have the audacity to send somebody or put somebody on call that is not positioned academically or positioned in terms of their on pasture skills to handle situations, that's a problem. And then you're going to charge full rate and full tilt for that. And in this instance, it was an absolute failure. So that's what we got to deal with tonight, right? We have to leave the pasture, leave the farm, because some bratty vet wants to have his way through a injustice system. As we all know, that's what exists here in America today. In an injustice system, because he's unwilling to have a conversation like a gentleman and like a man to discuss poor treatment and poor care. Now, I know this may sound like a rant and a bitch session, and to an extent, maybe it is. But the point is this, you know, you can't let people get away with things all the time. And that's what happens, right? People use this false justice system to get away with things and to, you know, I guess navigate away from just having a real conversation about real things that matter and solving things between each other. And that's the way we can solve a lot of our problems today, right? If there's something that bothers you, talk about it with the person that you're having the issue with. But if you can't do that, it's a problem. And today, there's a lot of that, right? Don't ever shy away from things. Go at them. And that's what tonight we're going in, and we're going to go at this guy and say, listen, again, not afraid to pay you. Happy to do it. But we're not paying for bad treatment and bad and poor care. You know, just like us, you know, like if we have customers that are having an issue with something, we help them take care of it. So anyway, just something to talk about today. These are the goats, these are the cows. They mean a lot to us in our farm, and we want to make sure that we have the best possible care and treatment for them. And if we do, we feel really good knowing that when there is a situation, a birthing crisis, a birthing situation, or any kind of issue, that we know who to call and who to help us handle it. And what I say is, and this is why I give a lot of props to farmers, right? Especially those old-time farmers. They don't even call vets. A lot of them they treat their own animals because they've been through the ringer. They know the drill. Same thing too, this was interesting, right? We had a vet come one time and say, are all of your cows wormed? Are all your cows vaccinated? And we said, no, we don't worm our cows and we don't vaccinate them. And her jaw dropped out of her mouth. And it's like, listen, our customers are not looking for that. Our customers are coming to us because they don't want that. They want to make sure that they're getting clean meat, clean beef, and they're not looking for the whole vaccinated thing. So we're steering clear of that. And ultimately, you know, that's the way our customers feel, and we're building our company to the preference of our customer. So anyway, just a little talk today with everybody, but you got to stand for something today. You got to believe in something, and you got to fight for things. You can't forget that, or else you'll get walked on and you'll get steamrolled. And no matter what you do, whether you're a farmer, don't get steamrolled. You know, whether you're a teacher, don't get steamrolled by your kids. Whether you're a parent, don't let the teachers steamroll you and push things that shouldn't be pushed onto your kids, whatever it may be. So anyway, just a little rant today, quick little jaunt with you, and thanks for hanging. Look at this day. Is this amazing or what? And look at this, right, April? She's the best. We love this goat. All right, well, have a good day. We're gonna enjoy here. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good life, whenever you're watching this. So stay strong, fight for what you believe in, and you can never go wrong. All right, we'll talk to you soon. If you like this, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us some comments down below. We love that. We love hearing from everybody and sharing, and it's nice when we get to know you, even if it's just through the comments. And if you're ever in the area, reach out. We'd love to meet you guys. So April and I are gonna see you later, and we'll talk to everybody real soon. See ya.